Thanks, Sarah Jane. Well, let's turn our attention to the Helen Rollason Award for Inspiration, named in honour of the well-loved and respected broadcaster. To present this award, six-time rowing world champion and Olympic gold medalist Catherine Granger. Catherine, had a busy year, 2012, wasn't it? But what have you been doing since London 2012?
I thought we could just talk about 2012. Yeah, I mean, every Olympian, every Paralympian who was involved last year will say it's been the most incredible kind of year since, because it was just such a popular time for everyone involved in sport. So we've all been mad doing everything. I finally finished my PhD, probably most importantly. So I'm a doctor.
How have you...
Not medical. Not medical.
That is an achievement in itself. So you've been doing that whilst training, whilst being an Olympian?
Ish. Very part-time. So my supervisor would be heckling right now if she was here. No. It was, yeah, the time, trying to do both was very difficult, but it was very important to me. I wanted to be able to do both. I don't think it was an either-or, so, yeah.
Does sum up, actually, things that the women in this room and elsewhere are going through as mothers and people who actually have full-time jobs as well as trying to compete as well in sport. Exactly. Right, what next week? Are we going to see you in a boat? What's happening next year, 2014?
Toughest question. I genuinely haven't made a decision. I know I must come across the most indecisive person in history right now. I'm really, really tempted, obviously, by continuing. It's the most wonderful thing to be part of, being part of Team GB. It's a huge commitment, as you've heard tonight, endlessly. So I'm kind of still weighing up my options. Nights like this not make you think, oh, go on? Of course it does. That's the danger. Because, to be honest, if you could just go to that moment, that, you know, Olympic moment, everyone would leap at it. But the reality is the every single day commitment. That's where the medals are won. And without giving it away, just how inspirational is the recipient of this next award? Well, by winning the award, pretty inspirational. I'm so proud and so privileged to give out this award. I think we've used the word inspiration a lot tonight in a lot of different ways. Every single nominee, every single winner has been inspirational in their own way. For me, every now and again, you get somebody who transcends their sport and who does something bigger than the medals and the awards and the accolades. I know this person who's winning tonight, and I think what she's gone on to do beyond her sport is not only inspiring but massively humbling, and a real message to all of us just what a true role model is. For the moment, Catherine, thank you very much. Now, for the majority, success in sport is all about outstanding effort and the realisation of one's goals, but for some, their endeavour and subsequent achievements go beyond themselves and stand as an inspiration to many people. This is so true of tonight's winner of the Helen Rollason Award for Inspiration.
With her natural ability and drive, it was fairly likely, right from the word go, that she was going to get to be quite good. She was physically well suited, always driven as an athlete, and always looking to be the best she could.
Well, Sarah is inspirational because she has had such an extraordinary rowing career, bronze medalist at the Olympic Games, twice world champion. And she has been so committed to a medical cause, a medical charity, that I know touches her family in a very profound way.
Valerie was diagnosed with Huntington's while Sarah was at school. So Sarah has known for a long time what her mother has got, and that therefore meant that she was at risk of having the same problem. Sarah decided to be tested when she was at university really quite early and to know whether she had the problem or not, and unfortunately, of course, she does carry the same gene. How she coped with knowing that, I still don't understand.
I know places we can go, babe. I know places we can go, babe.
I often liken it to going for a walk in the woods in the dark. You can see things that jump out behind the trees. Your imagination plays all sorts of tricks on you. But when you can see what's going on, there's nothing there. It's far less scary. We had no idea in our family that Huntington's existed. And it wasn't until I was sort of 22 that Mum got diagnosed. And finally I understood what was happening with my mother and what was happening with the disease, and that was really, really helpful.
When Sarah went for the test herself, and she was very much very proactive, she wanted to know. She's had to deal with the results of that test and the impact it has on her and loved ones around her. And the brilliant thing is she's wanted to help other people who are in that situation. She's a patron of Scottish Huntington's Association, and she does huge amounts of fundraising for them, but she also, really, really importantly, goes up and spends time, and especially with young people, young children who either could be diagnosed themselves or are in families who have got the diagnosis.
To have an Olympic athlete who's achieved such an immense amount in her life, care about them and about their story and about their journey, and encourage them to not be defined by Huntington's, but to find and live their own lives, I think is incredibly important.
You know, she brings hope and she brings positivity and she brings ways to help and ways to make things better.
She embodies the idea that Huntington's disease, as difficult it is, it does not have to define your life.
She's not in a great situation herself, and yet she is unfailingly positive and about life and about what life should be and could be, and in a way has possibly made more of it because of the test.
I'm absolutely delighted that Sarah's being recognised for everything that she has achieved, both competitively and administratively and in charities.
I've been given an envelope, but I think without opening it, I can say the winner of tonight's Helen Rolleston Award for Inspiration, well deserved, goes to Sarah Winckless.
Now, that was a huge surprise, so much so, what you might not have seen there is your family have just come in during that VT that we saw there so that we didn't ruin the surprise. How were you feeling at that moment, watching yourself on the screen and your family coming in and sharing the emotion of this?
For me, you know, this is an absolute complete surprise. I have had so much support from my family and actually so much inspiration. Nobody wants to hear the news I heard when I was 22, 23, but also no one wants to watch their parent get ill and not understand why. So for me, to be able to find sport and that levelling influence was just incredible. And it just is amazing to have them here tonight. And Mum's there, she's smiling. That isn't a grimace, she is smiling, and it's amazing to have her here. And you know, she's still here today, and she's had this disease and fought this disease throughout my sporting career. And she came to Sydney, still able to walk and wave a flag. She was there in Athens, she just acquiesced, I think the word is, to go in a wheelchair, but it gave her immense freedom to be able to come and support. And she wasn't able to be there in Beijing, but I knew she was at home watching on the telly.
Did you realise that many of the people that we've just heard from there speak about you, that they consider you an inspiration?
Do you know what, I go up to Scotland and I've made friends with the people in similar situations to me, and we play. And, you know, it's amazing to be seen as an inspiration, but actually it's about making the most of each and every day and having fun and making the most of every opportunity, because who knows what's happening tomorrow.
And being the patron of the Scottish Huntington's Association, just tell us a little bit more about the great work and some of the people that you deal with that you're able to help.
To see John Eden, who's our CEO on that VT, I mean, Scottish Huntington's, I truly believe, is world leading in supporting families with Huntington's. They not only look after the person who's got the disease, they look after the carer, which is really, really important. And then they also allow the children to come away and have a bit of knowledge and education, but actually have fun and be kids for a week as well. And that is so, so important. So I believe they're world class. I'm incredibly proud to be patron, and everyone else who's out there dealing with Huntington's, they should be looking at us because it's a great model.
Really proud to have you here tonight. I'll enjoy and leave you with your great friend Catherine there as well for the time being. Thank you very much. Well done.
Thank you.